Behind the Grooves. Hello everyone and welcome again to Behind the Grooves, where I, Josh Dezern, the Vinyl Kid of Florida, take you to the other side of the record behind the grooves. Today we're going to be reviewing a very special live album because on this day in 1947, 70 years ago today, David Robert Jones, better known to you as David Bowie, was born in Manchester, England. We're going to be reviewing what I think is his best live album that has ever been put out of any of them, including David Live. I know, I'm terrible. This was snippets from his final tour, a reality tour. First off, let me start out by saying that this album was not issued on vinyl until last year. This was the album that 10-year-old me wanted. This was the album that pretty much introduced me into David Bowie himself, so I was insanely stoked when I found out that they were going to be reissuing this. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about the tour and the album. The tour took place between 2003 and 2004 in promotion for David Bowie's album Reality, which I also think is a genius record. This particular album was recorded in Dublin, Ireland on the 22nd and 23rd of November of 2003, which were probably the biggest days for him on the tour. This tour featured him performing some songs from his older days, like The Man Who Sold the World and Rebel Rebel, and even classics like the Mott the Hoople song he did, All the Young Dudes, and China Girl. And then there were newer stuff like Heathen's tracks like Heathen and Slip Away, and there were even some from Reality, of course, like Bring Me the Disco King, Reality, and New Killer Star. This tour was insanely successful. So many people bought tickets, and no one really had a bad review about it since Bowie was such an amazing showman. However, in June of 2004, things really started to fall apart for David. First off, when he was in Europe, he was struck in the eye by a lollipop by a crowd member, which I'm sure was by accident. He didn't suffer many huge injuries, but it must have been painful considering how his eyes were. One other thing that happened, when he was in Florida, I believe in Miami, if I'm not mistaken, a sound person that was on tour with him died after falling to his untimely death from the roof of the venue while working on sound and lights during the pre-show. So that was cancelled, and then in June of 2004, late June, at the Hurricane Festival in Germany, David suffered a near-fatal heart attack on stage, therefore causing him to have emergency heart surgery right there in Germany. He expected to go back to work shortly after recovery, but instead he went off and disappeared for 10 years and didn't come back until 2013's surprise album, The Next Day. Now, about the physical album, it's a box set. Yeah, it's a box set. On the back here is not quite a silhouette of David, but just a lower quality photo of him. And there are the credits here, and there at the very bottom of it, it says, In Memory of David Bowie. I'm gonna cry, because this was just issued last year. I'm terribly sorry if I didn't mention this, but this album was recorded on the 22nd and 23rd of November in 2003 on the reality tour, in front of emotionally charged audiences at the Point Depot in Dublin, Ireland. How emotional is that? There are some posters in here. Well, there's a poster, and I'll show that to you right now. Cool, right? I thought so. So, again, it's 3 LP, and I'll read you the track listing now. Side A has Rebel Rebel, New Killer Star, Reality, Fame, Cactus, and Sister Midnight. Side B has Afraid, All the Young Dudes, Be My Wife, The Loneliest Guy, The Man Who Sold the World, and Sunday. Side C has Fantastic Voyage, Hello Space Boy, Under Pressure, Life on Mars, The Letter, which is one of my favorites on here, and Never Get Old. Side D has Ashes to Ashes, The Motel, Loving the Alien, Changes, and I'm Afraid of Americans. Side E has Heroes, Bring Me the Disco King, Slip Away, and Heathen or The Rays. And side F, which I still have not listened to at this point, I'm kidding, I've listened to all of it, has 5 Years, Hang On to Yourself, Ziggy Stardust, Fall Dogs Bomb the Moon, Breaking Glass, and China Girl. Now let's take a look. When you open up the box, the first thing you're going to see is this. Another copy of a reality tour, which I might as well frame. Just the credits to each of the songs on here. I already showed you the double-sided poster, but it's even cooler in person. Now I'm going to show you all three of these records because the labels are different on each one. So here's the first one. I'll only show you one side of each one because they're the same on each side. So that's one of them. Side A and B. This one here, sides C and D, again, are the same thing as each other, I mean. So there you go, that one's really nice, but I think this next one has to be my favorite of the three. This one here is a silhouette of David, and it's very artistic. So, yeah, beautiful labels, and in case you haven't noticed already, it's on translucent blue vinyl, which probably explains why it's so expensive. If it were up to me, I would just put it on black vinyl and move on with my life, because I don't necessarily need everything to be on color vinyl. As cool as color vinyl is, I don't really want to pay $100 for color vinyl, which is why I waited a while to get this for a bargain on eBay, which was $80. I'm shouting out tonight Elusive Disc, which were the people that sold it to me. They sell their records at bargain price, so if you're ever going for a hunt on eBay and you want to find a cheap record, Elusive Disc usually has it. So Elusive Disc, if you're watching this, thank you very much. And thank you, folks, for watching this record review. It means the world to me that you take a few moments out of your day to watch a dude like me review such a sensational live album such as this. As always, please subscribe for more Behind the Grooves. We try to release a new one every other Saturday. But this one was just, a special episode. I know we just released one, a few days ago? I don't even know. But today's a very special day. We could not miss out on David Bowie's 70th birthday. We promised to make a documentary for it, but we never got to it, so we are reviewing a reality tour just for you. This is Papa Josh DeZern, the Vinyl Kid of Florida, signing out with peace and love and a 2016 issue of David Bowie's A Reality Tour. Snippets from his last tour ever. Peace and love, and rock on, my friends. And happy birthday, David Bowie.